préféré qu'elle soit signée à Berlin avec les soldats de l'armée rouge. Encore plus fort, c'est le général de Gaulle qui s'est battu pour que la France assiste à cette capitulation, assiste à cet armistice. Les Anglais et les Américains ne voulaient pas de la France. On est en train de confectionner à la hâte un drapeau français à Berlin. Et c'est la volonté du général de Gaulle.
C'est toute l'histoire de la France libre. La France libre est au départ un mouvement qui est accepté
Bidens that helped him continue, and Kamala Harris that continue speaking that way, and George Bush's that helped him continue speaking that way, and people who believe
une force militaire, un impact politique, un dessein politique qui s'est aussi opposé aux alliés sur bien des sujets,
Cyrus the
à commencer
Travesty,
par les Anglais. Et puis peu après,
which I think see now,
je vous cite un autre
the world has been more
exemple
peaceful,
que vous avez
but
évoqué, c'est que
we also focus
en
on
44, le 6
thinking
juin
who
44,
people in
le général
Europe
de Gaulle n'a pas pu
have
débarquer en
kingdoms
France.
versus social
Les Anglais
or
l'ont fait
versus
planter
democracy,
parce que,
which democracy doesn't work.
d'ailleurs
We see in the
américaine,
United
ils ont
States,
expliqué
democracy,
qu'ils n'avaient
in
pas
my
de
opinion,
moyens
doesn't work.
navals pour l'amener sur les
In
terres
my
de France.
opinion,
Il a
well,
fallu
in my
qu'il
opinion,
attende quelques jours, le
I
13
wouldn't
juin,
trust
pour pouvoir
anybody to be a
débarquer
king. I
à
wouldn't want
Bruxelles,
anybody
en
to be a
Normandie.
king
Et c'est toute une histoire.
unless it was me
Le mémoire de
myself.
guerre le montre très très bien.
And the
Charles
reason
de
I'm
Gaulle
thinking that
s'est
is because
battu
I'm the
pour
leader
que
of
la
the Persian
France
people,
vive, existe, demeure,
and
et
I'm
qu'il
very
fasse partie des
fair
vainqueurs.
when it
Il
comes
s'est
to
battu
judging
contre
people
tout le monde.
Et Yves de Gaulle,
and
un moment important,
governing
la
people.
semaine du 19 août au 25 août
I'm
1944,
well
la libération
experienced
de
in
Paris.
that, and I'm
Votre
very
grand-père
fair
est
in that.
foudrage
I'm not as
parce que
smart
les
as
Américains
Darius
ne veulent
Shokoof
pas avoir de
in
Français
science.
à
I'm not
l'entrée
as
de
smart
Paris.
as
Et le général de Gaulle dira, ce sont les Français
him
qui
in
entreront
mathematics
dans la
and
capitale.
stuff, but
Il a réussi effectivement à convaincre le général Eisenhower,
which is like he's like the smartest
parce que c'était aussi un geste
Persian
politique essentiel.
and
Ce
human,
sont les Français
probably
qui
science
délivrent leur capitale.
leader of the
Il y
whole
en a eu
world.
d'autres, des gestes de ce genre.
But
Quand les
that's
troupes
kind of not-
américaines ont
it's kind of
exigé
not
que les
important,
Français libres quittent Strasbourg parce qu'ils voulaient contourner,
because of what I'm
etc.,
saying.
de Gaulle s'y
So
est
what I'm
opposé.
saying is that
J'ai rappelé tout à l'heure
we had,
que les Américains se sont opposés
went through
parce
Trump,
que les forces françaises
and
franchissent
there
le Rhin.
was
Tout ça, c'est une histoire très
two
profonde.
voices. I mean, there was a voice that beat Trump. The reason I'm asking you guys to not trust anybody to be a king, if you have a king, to be a real king of England or not just England, but of Persia or the United States or Europe. Well, not Europe. I mean, Europe has its own kings and they're sweet people because they let the people be free and govern themselves. It's not like Trump, who thought he could be a king and try and expose me for being the leader of the Freemasons and tell everybody to have a problem with it, as if everybody's life was terrible during the Obamas or the Bushes. As it comes to, as far as living in the United States and being healthy and being happy and free, that was not the problem. Trump's problem is that he wanted to steal all my real estate and properties. That's a big problem, and he wanted to use me to further capitalism and hatred and pretend he was against the war on terror, which he wasn't against the war on terror, which I seriously don't believe was a well-fought war, a well-thought-out war, and a well-planned war, and I wouldn't be surprised if the reasons that we got into the mess is because we didn't have the proper respect for the freedoms of the Iranian people that we're still begging for since the revolution that happened in 1979 in Iran. I, as figuring myself out, thinking of myself as the only person who could be trusted as a king to always do the right thing for the democratic people of Persia, and possibly Russia, India, and China, and Australia as well, and England as well. I'm asking you people to trust me, Koorosh Shokoofandeh, because I'm the person whose thoughts were so so cool, so loud. At the voice of Cyrus the Great, Cyrus Travesty, that was me. Shaheen Shokoofandeh. I think that's the reason everybody kind of woke up and said we should vote again we should give the Democrats another chance. We should have given Hillary Clinton a chance to be the president, and we should not follow the kind of people that Donald Trump supports, even though he uses me as his mascot, even though he uses me as his whatever it is. But he himself stays rich and has a whole bunch of properties and has a whole bunch of power to make bad energy for between black people and white people and Mexicans and everyone else, and have the army always focused on stopping something that wasn't going to happen, like a terrorist attack or something like that. And instead have somebody like me running it, to where we can help the environment and help the schools and help the artists do things that don't. You have all the black people right now are enslaved to all the people who want to be rappers, all the people who want to be artists. Doesn't matter what skin color they are. They're all enslaved to wanting to fight somehow against some problem and do something. In my world, in Shaheen Shokoofandeh's world, those people would already have money. Those people would already be getting money from the government. Those people would already not be healthier mentally, and they would not be having problems that people like Trump needed them to block the Democrats from getting through to him every day, like closing the borders, wanting to make people work for low-income wages and stuff like that, and stopping people from going to school, stopping people from just being happy and going outside, and creating coronavirus, making everybody stay inside their rooms, eat all day, pay for stuff online, and have people watch them online and be spied on online, and have Elon Musk not let anybody masturbate with Neuralink and Intralink, and have Donald Trump get off on that kind of power, and go back to the democracy that people were living in under, go to a new democracy, which I am asking you people to trust me as a king. Not as a science leader, not as all this stuff, but as a king who can just rule because he knows how to be fair and just.